Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. I want to talk about something that I don't know if I've ever talked about on this podcast before, which is kind of remarkable because we started this podcast back January 1st, 2023, and it's a daily podcast. We haven't missed a single day. So we're 340-ish, 50-ish episodes in, and I don't know if I've ever talked about this story. But one of the questions I get a lot from young people is if they're on the path, like, they're ambitious, they have greatness inside of them, they want to realize that greatness. Maybe they're out of school, they just graduated, or maybe they're taking a sabbatical and they're trying to figure out what to do with their life. They're like, what can I do to set myself up for success? What can I do to stack the deck in my favor? And one of the things that I talk about a lot, specifically not just in this context, but in the context of like doing your best work and becoming hyper-focused and being very productive in life, it's all about environment design, like designing your office, designing your home, designing your social network in such a way that is conducive for the work or the thing that you're trying to create, the thing that you're trying to do, or the person you're trying to become. And you can take the same concept and apply it when you're young to stack that deck massively in your favor by asking yourself, one, where are the people that I want to be like? Where do they live? Where are they geographically in the world? What are they doing? Where is the highest concentration of those people? Or in the industry that you're looking to be in? Where are those people? Where's the action? Figure that out, and then when you're young, I highly recommend you go there. You go live there. You make that your home base. And there's a lot of reasons why people don't do this. One, the comfort of staying home in their hometown, people they know, their family, their friends, everybody that they've known their entire life is there. It can be very scary to move across the country to someplace different. It can also be very expensive, so I understand like that's a whole other thing as well. But truly, the fastest way to level up your life is to level up the people you surround yourself with. And I learned this personally when I moved from Minnesota to California. So the story that I haven't really told before is I moved out there chasing a girl. Like, she was moving out to California to become a psychologist. She was going out there to study psychology. She got into school, and I was just a bum rock climber at that point. I was working at the climbing gym here in Minnesota, and I was, gaga for the girl. So I was like, hey, I'll drive across, like when she leaves, we'll do a cross country road trip. I'll drive you out there. We'll pack everything into the car. We'll drive out there. We'll make it a climbing trip. So we'll spend 3 months on the road hitting up all these climbing destinations. And then we'll land in California. You'll go to school, and then I'll go and figure out what I'm going to do next. Right. So that was my big, brilliant plan. Well, when I got to California, I ended up staying there, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Not because of the girl, because she ended up leaving me, and that was a bummer, and that became part of my origin story, but because by suddenly being in that place in California, a larger demographic of people, but not only that, but a larger demographic of strong rock climbers. By being around those people, I went professional just like a year later, within that year. And that was due to the fact that a lot of people move out there to be close to the Sierra Mountains, to be in Yosemite, to be in Bishop, and all these like iconic rock climbing locations. And suddenly overnight, I went from being like a big fish in a little Minnesota pond to being a tiny fish in the big ocean of California climbers. And very quickly, by hanging out and climbing with these really strong people every single day, my level rose to theirs, because every room reverts to the mean. And when you surround yourself with people, you're either getting pulled up to their level or they're getting pulled down to yours. And as a consequence of being there surrounded by all these great people, I got pulled up very quickly to theirs and went to a level that I never probably would have gotten to if I had stayed in Minnesota. And so the best way to level up, especially when you're young, is to take that step and to go where the action is. I fell into that one backwards. I did not plan it, but it was one of the best decisions in hindsight that I could have made for where I was at that point. Now, depending on what you're trying to accomplish with your life, if you're trying to go into tech, you need to be in Silicon Valley or probably Austin, Texas. If you're trying to go into movies and writing, LA or New York is probably going to be your bet. But you got to figure out, like, where are the people that you are trying to be like, and then go surround yourself with them. And that is easily the quickest way that I found to level up your life. So take that piece of advice, maybe run with it, maybe don't. It's up to you. I'm not going to judge you one way or the other. But if you can't get around people physically, you need to find a way to get around them virtually. And that is something that I'm working on right now. So stay tuned. We're going to launch something in January that is going to bring together a community so that if you're landlocked and you can't go across the country for whatever reason, like it's not in the books for you to go physically, be around other entrepreneurs, then we are going to bring together that community for you, plus a lot more. So stay tuned for that. That's going to do it for me, guys and gals. I appreciate y'all. Go on, get out of here. I'll catch you back to these parts tomorrow. Until then, stay hyper focused, my friends.